So, how do you charge your Tesla or other electric vehicle if you live in the Villages, Florida? That's probably one of the biggest questions that we've gotten since we launched our channel just a few months ago.
That's right. And since we bought our electric golf cart with a lithium battery about a month ago, we've gotten even more questions about it.
Yep.
So in today's video, we're going to show you how we charge all the stuff and give you tips and thoughts on having electric vehicles in the Villages.
Hey everybody, I'm Michael.
And I'm Tiffany.
And welcome back to our channel, The Villages Experience. We're just a couple of middle-aged empty nesters who moved to the Villages full-time to live here year-round about 6 months ago, but we're not retirees yet.
That's right. Some of you asked where Michael was hiding me. I am here, I promise, right now.
Yeah.
I still travel for work a full-time corporate job remotely. And so been gone June, kind of May through August is the busiest time of year for me. And he's a bachelor for a lot of that. Yeah,
I get left home alone quite often. And so she usually has 3 rules for me. And I'm trying to remember them. Number 1 is don't die. Number 2 is don't get arrested. And I guess number 3 is don't do anything that would embarrass you, right?
Yes. Which 1 and 2 would probably, no.
So Tiffany's on a quick little lunch break, so she's helping me film this segment right now. But if you're brand new to our channel, hey, thanks for stopping by. Now's an awesome time to hit the subscribe button and also hit the notification bell, because what do we got happening next week? What kind of video are we putting out?
So next week sometime, we don't know which day yet, we will be putting out our 6-month budget versus cost analysis. So stay tuned for that. If you saw our 1 month, we shared with you all our expenses for living in the Villages, and we will be updating that and telling you all about what it's cost us to live here for the first 6 months, and have there been any surprises. Yeah,
so thank you to everybody that watched that video, left us a lot of awesome comments and questions. So I'm updating our spreadsheet, so we have a lot to share with you by the end of next week. So again, make sure you hit the subscribe button, the notification bell, drop us a comment below. It's not too late to ask us questions before we finish filming and editing that video. And then do us another huge favor, share this video and our channel with other awesome people that might be looking for content about the Villages, Florida, or just looking for fun and positive stuff here on YouTube.
All right, I gotta get back to work. Sorry, I gotta leave you alone with Michael again, but I will see you in an upcoming video.
Bye. All right, it's pretty hot in the garage, so I'm gonna flip on the AC for the Tesla, and then we're going to get inside and show you the dashboard, and then share with you some of the tips and how we keep the Tesla and our golf cart charged. So I got a notification on my app that the Tesla is now 70 degrees inside. So here's the dashboard for our Tesla Model 3 long range. And when it's charged up to 100%, we can go about 350 miles on a full charge. So let me go to the charging portion of the dashboard there and share with you a couple of things. Number 1, we were at 80%. Now we're down to 79% because I've been sitting here in the garage with the AC running. That's not too bad. Something else to kind of point out if you're new to Teslas, and that is they recommend that you only charge them up somewhere between 70 and 80% for your daily driving. So very rarely do I ever charge this up above 80%. Matter of fact, the last time we did that was on our return trip back from North Carolina for our son's college graduation, getting his MBA a few weeks ago, or I guess over a month ago. And you can see we stopped in Ocala, Florida there at a supercharger. It cost us $14.43 to fill up. But very rarely do we ever use a Tesla supercharger. And matter of fact, there's no superchargers located here in the Villages. There's a couple of close by on the outskirts of the Villages, but don't worry that there's no Tesla superchargers located inside of the Villages. There's a couple of close by, but after owning our Tesla for 2 years, I can tell you, you don't have to worry about range anxiety in these things. Matter of fact, there are a ton of Teslas driving all around the villages. There's a bunch of white Teslas just like ours. So some of you probably waved at other Tesla drivers thinking it was us, and it wasn't us. There's plenty of Tesla Model 3s. There's plenty of Model Ys. We've seen the Model S and the X's, and I've actually seen the Tesla Cybertruck driving around the villages 3 different times. I don't know if it's the same person or if it's 3 different Tesla Cybertrucks, but there are so many Teslas in here. No one's having a problem with keeping their cars charged. No one's cars are catching on fire in their garages or anything like that. So just to kind of dispel some of those myths and rumors or any of those fears or apprehensions that anybody might have about owning a Tesla and keeping it charged up here in the villages. And before I forget, there's actually a Tesla club here in the villages. I think there's like 3,000 different clubs that you can join, and there's a lot of different car enthusiast clubs. There's a Corvette club, there's a Mustang club, and there just happens to be a Tesla club too. So we have not visited or participated in that yet. So if you're part of the Tesla club here in the villages, or if you have an experience with that, please let us know in the comments below. We'd love to come by and check it out. So maybe on one of these weeks when Tiffany leaves me home alone again, that might be something fun to go out and explore and document and share with other folks here on our channel. So you can see on the map here, there are a lot of Tesla superchargers plus a bunch of the level 2 destination chargers. So all the red dots, those are the supercharger locations, and the closest one to us is only 3.7 miles away. It's located at the Okahumpka service station, which is right in the middle of the Florida Turnpike. And so if you've never driven on the Florida Turnpike, periodically, so many miles each direction, they will have one of these service stations that's located in the middle of the Turnpike. So instead of exiting off of the Florida Turnpike, you go to the middle. They'll have a gas station, convenience store, maybe some type of fast food restaurant. And they also usually have Tesla superchargers. So that's the closest location to us. Maybe we'll drive over there and just document it for fun one day. And it's only 3.7 miles away. And then the next closest one to us is 11 miles away in Lady Lake, Florida, which is just right on the outskirts. So if I zoom in just a little bit there, you can see the map of the villages in Wildwood. So it's just right on the edge of that. And then the next closest charger to us would be a destination charger there at Hampton Inn and Suites. So I'm about to get out and show you how we charge up our Tesla here at home, and then we'll go over to the golf cart garage, show you our golf cart and how we charge that up as well too. But real quickly, next week will be our 2-year anniversary of owning a Tesla, an electric vehicle. And like many of you, I had range anxiety before we bought this. That's kind of why we did buy the long range model. It has dual motors and a bigger battery, and we can go probably about 350 miles on a full charge. But in that 2 years, we have only used Tesla superchargers twice. Most of the time we either charge up at home or a destination charger when we're on the road at a hotel or something like that. The most recent was on our trip to North Carolina and back about a month ago. And then before that was a cross-country road trip all the way from Orlando to the Grand Canyon and back. And then we took Route 66, where we're in a lot of remote places, and we did over 5,000 miles in that trip. And that was the only other time that we really had to use a Tesla supercharger. So yeah, if you're thinking about it, don't worry about it. For our daily driving, when we get out, we just charge up here at home, we plug it up, and then the next morning or within a couple of hours, we're back to 80%. So the Patio Villa homes here at the villages, the brand new ones, only have a 1-car garage. And some of the floor plans, like ours, the Emerald, have a separate golf cart garage, which we'll show you here in just a second. But there's just enough room to park the Tesla in here. I got one e-bike on one side of the car, got the other e-bike over there on the other side of the car. And so they come standard with just regular 110 outlets. There's one over here on this wall. And a lot of times I will back the Tesla in and I'll use this outlet to charge up. Or we have another one over here on this wall over here. So let's walk over here and do a quick demonstration and show you. There is the standard charging cable that comes with the Tesla. So you'll see on this end right here, there's a slot there for you to put the different adapters in there. So They have an adapter for the 110 outlet. If you have a dryer in your garage with a 30 amp outlet, you can buy a different outlet, a different adapter for that. Or, you know, we used to be RVers, and so we have a couple of RV pads that have 50 amps. So we have a different adapter on that. So Tesla sells those either individually, or you can buy those as a full kit on their website. And then here is the regular 110. And you see that just plugs in there. So let's see if I can do this one-handed here. We'll try this out. Put that down in there. There you go. Boom, just that easy. And then we'll put it up here and plug it in to a regular outlet. And you'll see it lights up there, the Tesla logo. And the only other thing to do is just reach down here, grab the other end of the charging cable. And that's what it looks like on that end. We'll walk over here to the tail light here and just press the button one time. Opens up, plug it in, goes from blue. You heard that little click. Now it's green, and the Tesla's starting to charge up. So we just use the regular 110 standard outlet to charge up our Tesla here at home. We were a little concerned before we first moved in, would it charge up fast enough? Because before we came here, we used to charge up on our 50 amp at our RV resort. And if you use a 50 amp, this will charge up about 30 miles per hour. And using the standard 110 is going to charge about 3 to 4 miles of range per hour. But we have driven this thing all over the villages all day long. Heck, we've even taken it trips to Disney World and back. And then we just plug it up every time we come back home. Has the built-in, you know, charging management system. So if you just set it and forget it at 80%, as soon as it hits 80%, the car will automatically stop charging, send you a notification to your phone. So we've had no issue. We went around all day yesterday, got back home, plugged it up. In a couple of hours, we were back to 80% again. And so, yeah, it's just that easy. I will flip the camera around and show you our breaker box, because we did think about installing either a 50 amp outlet or maybe the Tesla, you know, charger itself. We have not contacted an electrician, so if you know more about that, if you've installed one, let us know about that in the comments. There's a quick look at the inside of our electrical breaker box there, and we're not electrical experts whatsoever. We just know that electricity is dangerous, so I don't fool around with that kind of stuff, but it looks like we do have room if we wanted to install a 50 amp outlet or have them come install the specific Tesla charger. We've been very, very pleased with just using the regular 110 outlet here. Yes, it is a lot slower charge, but we just plug it up every time we get back home. And then when we get ready to leave again later that afternoon, or definitely the next morning, it's always charged back up to 80%. So the green light is still flashing, it's still charging up. But all you got to do to disengage is press that button. If you just pull on it, you see it won't come out. But if you press the button here, it disengages, and then that should close down. Boom. There you go. Just that easy. Press the button again. Opens back up. Plug it in. Blue. The click. And now it's back to flashing green, so it's all charging up. So again, it's just that easy with Tesla's onboard, you know, charging management system there. You just kind of plug it in, forget about it, and it will stop charging automatically whenever you get to that desired preset level. We were a little worried about it before we first moved here, but again, we drive around all over the villages. We'll go up to Spanish Springs and back, which is about 40-45 mile round trip. We've taken it to many, many different trips to Disney World, other places, you know, that are an hour or two away, and came back home and then just plug back up. Yeah, sometimes it may take 10, 12, 20 hours to charge back up if you go really, really long distances. But for your daily driving, it has never been an issue for us. We just plug it up. It automatically hits that 80% level, and we're good to go the next day. So we'd love to hear from some other Tesla owners out there, especially if you live here in the Villages, Florida. Do you use just the regular 110 outlet? Did you have the Tesla, you know, charger installed in your garage? And what do you think about it? Was it worth the money just to get that little bit of faster charge? It's not really been an issue for us. So Our first foray into lithium batteries was actually our e-bikes that we bought about 3 years ago. So we love those things. So if you'd like to see us do a video on our e-bikes and tell you what kind that we have and maybe go on some e-bike adventures around the villages, let us know about that in the comments below. So let me go next door to our golf cart garage. We'll show you our golf cart and show you just how easy it is to charge that up as well. So welcome to our standalone golf cart garage. Little forewarning, it is kind of junky and messy in here. I didn't have time to clean it out yet. But there is our 2024 Evolution D5 Ranger 4-forward golf cart with lithium batteries. So tell you a little bit more about the battery here in just a second. We've had this for a few weeks now and we absolutely love it. We're hoping to get to that 500-mile mark, and then we're going to do a full-blown review. So again, make sure you hit the subscribe and notification bell so you don't miss when that video posts. So a couple of things before we talk about the battery. The charging is just how long this thing is, but it does fit in our golf cart garage, just barely. So for anybody that's considering this, you can definitely do it. The golf cart garage door barely clears, but you got to make sure that you have those front two tires touching the wall over there. And that's kind of why I put this little piece of cardboard so I can pull it up, I can snug it up, and then engage the e-brake. And then as long as both tires are touching that front wall, you have enough room for it to clear. So when we do that full review video, I will back the golf cart out, I'll pull it in, I'll clean up this golf cart garage too. Yeah, I'm a little embarrassed about how junky and messy it is right now. I got my electric lawnmower over there, my electric weed eater. I use the utility sink kind of as a storage bin right now. So yeah, I need to clean this thing up. So talking about our golf cart here, we did upgrade to the 205 amp hour. I think it came with 100, 105 was the standard. There's 160 amp hour or the 205 amp hour. So again, just like the Tesla, we want to have the maximum range possible. And so we did have that installed, and we've driven this close to 500 miles, a lot of different trips all around the villages. Matter of fact, we got a video, we did 50 awesome places that we did in 34 minutes. Well, the video is 34 minutes long. Took us all day to film that. And then we got back on that after that adventure, had 27% left on our charge, plugged it up. The next morning, it was back to 100%. But just to kind of give you a frame of reference on this, we did take this on one trip just to see how far it would go and how much range we'd have left. So we charged it to 100%. We drove from our house all the way to Spanish Springs and back. Round trip, that's about 43, 44 miles. And we got back, the display said that we still had 52% battery range left. So if you do the math there, I think we should probably be able to get somewhere between 80 and 90 miles, and that's with 2 people in it. So we'll test that with 2 people, 1 person, and eventually we'll test it out with 4 people too, and share that with you in future update videos. Again, just like the Tesla, it comes with its own charging cable here. Plugs into a standard 110 outlet over there. So I just plug it up right there on the wall. I kind of draped it over the arm of this, but you don't have to do that. You can just let it drop on the floor if you want to do that. And it just kind of plugs in, just like the Tesla does. This does not have the fancy lock-unlock feature, but you see there's the green light that tells you it's already at 100%. And then we have it on the display dashboard as well too. So you just pull that out. There you go. If we flip it up, there is the outlet, and there's what the plug looks like on that end. So just like the Tesla, the golf cart here is kind of just plug it and forget about it. As soon as it reaches that 100% state of charge, it automatically turns off. That is one difference about the lithium batteries on the golf cart versus the Tesla. Tesla only recommends that you charge up only to 70 to 80% on your normal driving, only charge up to 100% when you're going on long range trips. The golf cart manufacturer, they recommend charging up your battery to 100% every single day. So again, as soon as we get home, I just plug it up, and sometimes it takes 30 minutes, sometimes it takes an hour, sometimes it takes a couple of hours, but it's always back to 100% when we're ready to go out on our next adventure. So hopefully this was helpful. It's very easy. You can use the standard 110 outlets to charge up your Tesla or your lithium battery powered golf cart, whether it be here in a separate golf cart garage or maybe you're parking it in your regular garage. Hope you have an awesome rest of your week. Make sure you smash that thumbs up button, leave us a comment below, and then we will see you next week for our 6-month budget review video.